As a police officer now and as a future sergeant, I keep in mind that the performance of my duties cannot be based on my personal opinions. Rather, that performance must be based on my duties and responsibilities as set forth in our general orders and the law. Therefore, supporting, through my actions and words, that which the legislature has promulgated will define my path as a sergeant. That said, I understand that some, and quite possibly many officers, will have a negative opinion on the changes in the bail rules and the legalization of small amounts of marijuana for recreational use. This frustration is natural when we understand that frustration is born from situations that we believe should be different, but over which we have no control to change. I'll start with bail reform. A majority in the legislature determined that the prior system was not best for our citizens and as a result put modifications in place. While I cannot speak to the reason that the specific modifications were chosen, it is also not necessary for me to understand that reason in order to effectively do my job. As a sergeant, I'll be educating my officers on the changes that have been incorporated into the bail process without casting judgment. I'll allow the officers to voice their frustration with me regarding those changes within our work unit, but I'll also set an expectation that they do not voice their displeasure with the citizens that we serve. There are plenty of other ways for the citizens to be educated on laws other than negative opinions cast by our officers who should remain publicly neutral. Where I expect greater resistance by officers is in the area of the legalization of marijuana for recreational use. The reason I expect greater resistance is because this change represents a 180-degree adjustment in what we've been telling those same officers for years. As with bail reform, I'll be sure to educate officers on what the law specifically entails, as well as the expectations that are held for them with regards to legalized marijuana. The parameters regarding what is legal versus illegal will be stressed so that officers do not see legalized marijuana as a carte blanche for our citizens. I'll specifically emphasize what the law addresses with regards to the amount that can be possessed, the difference between legal and illegal sales, and how the law addresses impairment, regardless of the substance that causes impairment, especially as that pertains to operating a motor vehicle. Because the change in our practices is so dramatic, I will need to give this issue prolonged attention. I hold the concern that some officers who disagree with the law may seek to find opportunities to circumvent the law. That would be totally unacceptable, and I will monitor my officers to assure that does not occur. My additional concern as a sergeant is how all of this affects the morale of my officers. If my officers feel like they are unsupported by lawmakers and that this is an effort toward depolicing, I must address this. The best way that I know how to do this is through one-to-one conversations with each of my officers in which I remind them that it is our responsibility to work within parameters that are set for us and then go on to redirect them to other meaningful tasks that I expect them to engage in support of our community. As with areas of concern, I will also speak with my officers with regards to desired behaviors, and I will be sure to affirm their good work when it is within department expectations, and especially when it rises to a level of excellence. That is how I will address bail reform and legalize marijuana as a sergeant.